and welcome to this module. Now, I've been tossing around how to actually share about this module, and I sort of had it was becoming really complicated because I was trying to put too much into a very short tutorial because I don't like my tutorials to go for too long. So I'm going to just try and cover a few aspects of ebook covers, but not everything, because there are other modules coming up to do with this particular topic. So welcome to the module on how to create ebook covers in Canva. Now, sometimes it sounds like a really easy task to do. People just go and use the templates and bang, that's it. But it can be a little bit more technical than that. And the reason I know is because I spent a lot of time many years ago, about 10 years ago actually. So I wrote my first and published my first physical book, which is a 200-page book, in 2010, and it was designed as a workbook because I had at that stage been running a clinic, and I'd really wanted something that people could use over a 3, 6, 9-month period to be able to work through some of the challenges that they had in their lives. So for me, I guess it was a journey that I'd taken and I wanted to share with people. So as you can see here, I had a book, I even had some DVDs done up, and I also had an e-journal that went with it. So even though it was published as a physical book, I also had it converted into an ebook. And also, once again, just like I do in most of my books, you can type straight into this book. So that was done 10 years ago. Now, I'll tell you right now, 10 years ago, most people didn't want to use the online ebook version. They didn't want to type into it. And so they bought the printed version. But again, it's just one of those things you've got to keep in mind when you're designing an ebook in any way, what the purpose is. So I'll talk about that a lot further in other modules, but I just wanted to show you inside my ebook. So again, this was a physical book, but I also had it converted into an ebook so that you could just download it online. I had people all around the world that actually downloaded it and were using it. And this is just a little quick flip through version of my ebook. You'll notice there's a lot of chapters and there are, from memory, 30 exercises, like actual exercises that you needed to fill in paper. You'll notice I've moved away a bit from the green. I'm now into the pink and the black, but this is just a few pages of my first book that I published, and it went straight into, in a moment, some exercises. So you could actually type straight into here. This one was about your self-awareness, looking back on your life, and then we started to get into goal-setting exercises. So that is just to give you, I guess, some inspiration or an idea on what you can create in the future. But let's get back to ebook covers. So there are lots of different sizes. And again, I'm really trying to keep this tutorial as compact as I can for you, but there are so many different sizes. So you will get to a stage where you want to be sure and clear about the size that you want to either self-publish, print your actual book, or actually just have an ebook format. So again, just giving you some idea that the different types of front cover sizes that you can use, and there's actually a whole long list of different sizes of books in general. So one of the things I'm going to suggest before you even start is start to do some of your own research. And one of the things that I think is really important, I know you all know that I practice behavioral psychology and business coaching for over 2 decades. So I don't want to do that, because this Canva is all about, for me, is all about fun. But if I can share some tips, I would love to share this for you. Often when I've worked with people that have been designing or have a bricks and mortar store and they have products and they're not selling, I ask them, why aren't they selling? And the most common answer is, I don't know, because I really like it. And one of the things that I forget, or I think that people forget to take into consideration, is when you're creating something for yourself, do whatever you like, have whatever colors you like, whatever fonts you like, whatever theme you like, anything that you like. When you're creating it for yourself, go crazy with what you like. But if you're doing or creating a product for someone else, think about what they might be attracted to, not just what you're attracted to. So any product or service you provide, you're providing it from a heart space, but just also keep in mind that other people may not like the way that you're actually marketing it or visually sharing that particular product or service with them. I'm not going to go on about that for too long, but just for a few tips, if you can, just think about what sort of book covers are you attracted to, and then think about what's your genre, what are you writing your ebook about, and then think about what sort of book covers are your readers attracted to. So one of the ways that you can do that is go and have a little bit of a look on Amazon. Just Google Amazon best-selling books. Okay, so this is not Amazon. I just wanted to show you some images of some books that were the best-selling books on Amazon in 2019, and these were for fiction. And again, just look at the colors, look at the covers, have a look at the types of styles, because you're going to have to take a few things into consideration when you're designing your ebook cover. And I'll talk about that in a moment. So if you were go to Amazon and you were to put in bestseller for whatever particular genre you're writing about or you're interested in, then go and have a look at the different covers and just notice if there's anything that stands out for you, something that you like, or a particular style that you like, or maybe take into consideration that the people that are selling particular books, maybe not only do they have a great story, but they may also have a cover that people are drawn into. We're very visual humans. We really are, as creatures, very visual. So have a look at the best self-help books at the moment, the best top 100 paid ones, and then there's also free ones. So again, do a little bit of research and have a look into what you can do in that. So here we go, bestsellers in personal transformation. So again, have a look at the different types of books that are out there. Oh, I love that book, Atomic Habits. It's a really good book, actually. So again, just have a little look and take into consideration some of the types of books that are already out there that are selling well. When you actually are selling on Amazon or any other publishing place, what happens is you actually have a little thumbnail, and that's as small as it is. It's a very small thumbnail. So what you've got to keep in mind is that if you are going to publish and put them your book onto a particular site, you will only have a very small thumbnail. So keep that in mind when you're designing your particular ebook. So again, I'm not going to go into too much about that, but as you may have noticed in my particular ebooks that I've been creating and online workshops that I've been creating for a while now, I've got a basic color theme that's coming up, and it's sort of black and pink, and it's the colors that that I have tested, and also, again, yes, they are colors that I like, but I'm sticking to a very similar, I guess, branding style with the way that I design my books. So will I continue to improve and change them and modify them and get feedback? Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. It's about being flexible and not being tied into what you think is great, and take into consideration what your customer is going to think it's great. As I said, though, if you're writing your ebook for yourself, go crazy, draw on it, do whatever you want to do on it. Just be in mind, what is the outcome that you're looking for when you're creating an ebook. So in short, because I want to keep it short, if you go to the front page, the search engine page of Canva, you'll notice that you can put in ebook cover. So I'll just press that, and I'll show you two ways. So, and we'll just go to blank. And what I want you to keep in mind is up here, I've showed you this before, if you press file on the far left-hand corner, you'll see that this has been made as a Wattpad book cover. It's just a title of a specific type of book cover, and it's 512 by 800 pixels. And if you were to go now onto another page, and we'll put in just standard, just book cover, not ebook cover, just book cover, and we press blank, you'll notice the size has changed, and this particular size is a 1410 pixels by 2250 pixels. So this is where I create all my ebook covers, in this particular sizing, ebook sizing. And I'm not going to talk about margins and stuff, but I just want to show you how you can create something. But if you wanted to press show margins, it would show you the particular area that you would create your ebook cover into. We'll just leave the margin on there. And again, in your ebook, in your so I'll have a look here. In your Wattpad book cover, same thing, you can show the margins. And you can also go up to File, Show the Print Bleed. So that shows where the printing trim, I guess, is called. But we're going to talk about that in later versions. So at the moment, I'm just going to go straight to this particular version here, which is my ebook cover. And what I just wanted to do is just wanted to show you that, again, these are all the templates. They're listed in title areas. So creative book cover, photo book cover, notebook, children's book, art book, cookbook, all sorts of things going down here. And then as you scroll down, you'll get typography book cover. Again, just keep an eye out for typography book covers, because a lot of the very successful books at the moment are using simple pictures, but a lot of really clear words. Because again, remembering that thumbnail is so small, so you want your book cover to stand out. So fiction book cover, so you can keep going, and then you've got all the results there. So the best thing that I suggest you do is you actually play around with things. You just have a play. That's really the best thing that I can suggest for you, is that you play around, remembering that you need to go and look at the terms of use and terms of agreement, because there is a different term of agreement when you're using something for personal use or whether you're using it for commercial use. So remember the Canva terms of agreement. I'll put a link below this particular module so you can make sure that you are not violating any of Canva's terms. So in this particular case, just for the sake of keeping it simple, I'm going to just turn off margins, because I'm not worried about margins at the moment. I'm just worrying about playing around with the design. So again, remembering that you can click on anything and you can take that image out of there, and I'll just maybe put in one of my own images that I've got here somewhere. So, again, playing around, you can change colors. You can come up with all sorts of different ideas. And the thing that I suggest is that really you do play around and just practice and get an idea on what sorts of ideas that that you like, what sort of colors you like, what sort of theme you have. I'm just playing around. This is not really a real book. It could be for those that do something with essential oils. So, awesome book. That's by, my mum would probably say that, but I'll just put Mrs. Smith because that's an alias. So again, here you go. That's how quickly you can make some changes. You can, really, there's so much you can do to your particular book. So what I suggest you do is you have a play around, look at different ebooks that you like, and just really get comfortable and decide what the purpose of your book is, how you want to use it, what you want to use it for, and really just start to play and practice. One of the things that I've done is over the years is that I've created a lot of ebook covers, and I must say that I have normally had about 3, 4, 5 or 6 that I've started off with and I thought they're fantastic, and then I've really discarded them and come up with a totally different concept. So don't be precious about deleting or getting rid of things that you might have started with something, because for me it's all about continuous improvement. Continue to improve, and know that when you're practicing, sometimes you're going to come up with something that's great, but the more you keep practicing, you might come up with something that is absolutely outstanding. So just keep that in mind. Remember that you can always change change, use the filters and effects. I might just lighten up that color because I really do like a brighter color. And again, before I use this image, I would go and check to make sure that there's no copyright issues, and check the terms of use before I started selling my particular book online or anywhere. So that's a very quick tutorial, and you can, of course, play around with all different types of themes and patterns, and just make it your own. Have a play, look around, remembering that short books are really great as well. My very first book that I had was I think 65,000 words. The Design Your Life Now workbook was 65,000 words, so it was quite a large one. But people are sort of starting to say, well, Trudy, I really believe that an ebook should be this size. Well, it depends what it's about. I've seen very short ebooks that are have practical exercises for decluttering that are only 10 pages long, or whatever it might be. So don't get caught up in the terminology at the moment. Just put yourself out there, start thinking about a skill or particular knowledge that you have that someone may need. That's always been my motivation for anything I've done, is how can I make a positive impact on someone, inspire someone to go and share their knowledge and skills. And I do that by sharing my knowledge and skills. So I hope that you're inspired to consider the skills that you have. Someone will need those skills. We are a huge global population, and consider an ebook that you would really like to immerse yourself and enjoy developing, not only for yourself but also to share with others. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, and sending you much love. I've got lots of more modules coming right up, so stay tuned and go practice. Happy creating, and bye for now.